My name is Shamus. I just want to speak about the violence in D.C. Recently, just last weekend, we have had just basically someone coming on the transgender stroll, basically pulling guns, threatening girls' lives. Recently, I found out there has been 2 transgender girls, I think a teenager, and one also 22 that has died from being victims of trying to make a living. It's all about survival. That's one thing that people need to realize. It's nothing about we doing it for the fun of it. It's basically about people that want jobs that can't attain jobs because of their sexuality. And I think that all of us need to stand together in union to fight for our rights. I think about just being a transgender woman, you know, I'm human before I'm anything else, and people need to realize that, and I think the government really need to realize that. I just had a situation that happened to me Friday where a young man pulled a gun out on me and actually shot at me 5 times. And just through the police department, I was a victim first to myself. But as I was being interviewed, I was thinking more or less that I was a suspect. The way he was interrogating me, what was the purpose of me being out, where was I coming from, what was I doing, you know, those type of questions. And I'm just tired. I mean, I feel like if I choose to do whatever, I put myself on the line, period, just walking outside, just like we are today, you know. But they don't think about it that way. They look at prostitution as you put yourself out there, you deserve what you get. And that's not right, you know. I think prostitutes, transgender women, whoever and whatever, you have a right to fight for due to process.
One of inspiration that comes from the pain of doing sex work. I had a client break my legs, one of my legs, about a year and a half ago. I was on crutches for about 3 months and in physical therapy for 6. And the recourse that I had, even though I was coming from more privilege than a lot of my sisters and brothers and trans siblings out there on the streets, were also very limited, because you can't go forward and say, this is what happened to me, let's do something about it. I'm lucky because I got out of there and because I had the support of my community in New York City and the support of my community across the country. There are so many of us that don't have enough support around what that feels like. And it's not just about the politics and decrim and all of this, it's about coming together, because when we come together and we're out about it, or however we can be, we're doing something that's pretty revolutionary, because they'd rather have us be silent. So that's why our banner says, we will not be silent. And I'm very honored to be here and to help people to commemorate the list of people who were lost in 2008. I read in one study that it's estimated that 2,000 people who have prior convictions for prostitution are killed in the US every year. Those are numbers that are undocumented. They are not prosecuted. If you go to the police, I mean, most of us know what would happen there. And that's not an adequate solution. The real solution isn't on an individual level. It's shifting the social stigma around it. So, I wanted to start it off. If we could all just take a moment of silence. Oh, yeah. Here's our commemorative candle, because the people who we've lost are with us. Presente, you know, they're really here with us, and they inspire us in the work that we do. And I dedicate all of my work to my Aunt Teresa, who passed away, who struggled with life on the streets as well. And I'd like all of us to take just a moment to dedicate our work and our community building in honor of those that we've lost. And to think about those we've lost, and just take a moment of silence.